Alright, this is part 2 of the supplemental video for Lab 3 for ELNC 1104. So let's get back to our paint. So we've now got all our terminal numbers and our reference numbers as well as our rung numbers. So how do we go about wiring this? Well, I'm going to go back to my brush. I'm going to grab my red. I'm going to start at the top here. So this, as you remember, is the 24 volt bus. That hasn't changed. So I'm going to make my first connection from the 24 volt bus to terminal 11 of the e-stop. So let's start here. So I'm going to start, there's my terminal point. I'm going to just pick that one. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to go to terminal 11 of e-stop, which is over here. That's my first connection. I'm also connected from the bus to terminal 21 of MCR. So let's find terminal 21 of MCR. That looks like it's right here. So let's make another connection to my bus. That's good. I've also got a connection to terminal 33. That's this guy right here, 33 of MCR. So find 33 right here. Good. And I like to do all my buses at once. Now everything below this line is going to be blue, so I'm going to switch to blue. And terminal 34, as we know from lab, was connected to 619, and the ground bus is going to be 620. So I need to connect 34 to 619. So let's find 619. There's 619. And connect to 34. Connected. So now I've made the switched power bus connection. So next thing I want to do is connect to the 619 to PB2 terminal 1. So let's find PB2 terminal 1. Looks like it's up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, to 619. There we go. There's that one connection. Now 619 is also connected to terminal 21 of CR1. That's control relay 1. That's up here. So I'm going to connect 619, and I'm going to take this spot up here. Why not? Just for clarity. I'm going to connect to terminal 21, which is right there. Boom. Good. Now, I don't need to connect to 21 again here, right? It's already done. So this becomes redundant, so I'm just going to leave that one. I'm going to move to the right side and do all my bus connections. So my bus is going to start with black, right? This is originally my 0 volt or my minus 24 as indicated on the terminals. And I've got a connection to A2 of MCR. Let's find A2 of MCR, which is right here. That's connected. I've also got to connect 0 volts to X2 of PL1. I'm going to go around this way. X2 of PL1. Alright, that's done. I've also got to connect to terminal 43 of MCR. So let's do that one. Terminal 43 of MCR. 43 is down here. Notice I'm using all different spots on the terminal. It doesn't matter if they're all in a row. I can use any vertical available hole on any given terminal. We learned that in lab 1, right? So now I'm past this mark, so I'm going to switch to blue. So I'm going to grab my blue, and I need to connect 620 to 44 of MCR. So 620, I'm going to go on the outside, the far outside. I'm going to go to 44 of MCR. I've now made that connection. The switched bus connection has been made. Now let's connect 620 to A2 of CR1. 620 to A2 of CR1. That's way over here. A2. Done. I also have to connect 620 to X2 of PL2. I take this one, here. I'm going to do this one here. So far so good. Then I'm going to connect 620 to X2 of PL3. Now here's a little trick. I could go from 620 all the way down here, or I could use another node on PL2, like this one. I got another available spot, and do a little jumper over to X2 of PL3. Just like that. That's all I have to do. It's the same electrical potential. See that? They're physically connected. So whether I go all the way from 620 over here, or just make the connection locally, it doesn't really matter. And if I was an electrician trying to save wires, save waste, that's what I would do. So it's all the same. So now my power rail and my 0-volt rail, they're all done. Let's make our way across the rest of this. So everything after this is all blue wire. I'll do a slightly different blue just to differentiate. Actually, no, I won't do that. I'm going to keep the same blue. So E-stop 12 to PB31. Let's go to E-stop 12. So I could use this terminal or this terminal. I'm going to use E-stop 12 to PB31. That's this guy right here, I believe. So that's done. I'm going to mark it. It's been marked. Then I'm going to go PB32 to PB43. Notice that is a connection. There's also going to be a choice here. We'll get to that in a second. So PB32 to PB43. PB32 to PB43. I believe that's it. It is. That's done. Now it's saying MCR terminal 13 has to connect up to here. Now you have a choice. Do you want to connect it to terminal 2 of PB3 or terminal 3 of PB4? It doesn't matter. They're the same potential. So let's start at terminal 13 here. I'll take this one. And I'm going to go to whoever's closer. Because PB4 is closer physically in the panel, I'm going to choose PB4 terminal 3. Okay, so now you'll notice there's two connections on PB4 terminal 3. There's a connection here and there's a connection from here. Good. Now PB4 terminal 4 to A1 of MCR. PB4 terminal 4 to A1 of MCR. That's this guy here. Right? I'm going to mark that. Done. And I've got another choice. Terminal 14 of MCR to terminal A1. I know that's going to be really close, so I'm going to make that connection there. I'm going to connect terminal 14 of MCR to A1. Terminal 14 of MCR to A1. Done. So that is my 3-wire control circuit. That's my latching circuit. The details of how that works during your lab, I'm going to focus on the wiring. So MCR, I still got more terminals to connect. So I've got terminal 22 connects to terminal X1 of PL1. So let's do this one. I'm going to mark it. Terminal 22 of MCR1 down here. That's going to go to X1 of PL1. Done. And X2 has already been grounded. You can see the black one up there. So that's done. Now I'm going to connect PB2 terminal 2 to PB7 terminal 1. So PB2 terminal 2 to PB7 terminal 1. I just got to find it. Okay, it's way over here. To PB7 terminal 1. I'm going to grab it like this. Done. Now PB7 terminal 2 to PB1 terminal 3. Terminal 7, PB2. PB7 terminal 2 to PB1 terminal 3. Done. Now, more choices. PB5 terminal 3. I'm going to find PB5 terminal 3 is here. And PB7 terminal 2 is closest, so I'm going to go to PB7 terminal 2. See that? PB5 terminal 3 to PB7 was closer for me, so I did that one. Next I've got CR1 terminal 11. So CR1 terminal 11, that's this guy right here, is going to connect to either PB5 terminal 3 or PB1 terminal 3 or PB7 terminal 2. I know PB1 is on the left side. It might be easier for me to go CR1 terminal 11 to PB1 terminal 3. So PB1 terminal 3 is here. PB1 terminal 3 is here. So I'm going to connect those guys up. There we go. Easy as that. Right? They all share the same electrical potential, so it doesn't matter where you connect them. They are all on the same node. I'm going to do the same for the other side. PB1 terminal 4. That's this guy right here. I'm going to come down because it's getting a little messy. 1, 2, 3, 4. PB1 terminal 4 is here. And let's connect to, I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to connect to A1 of CR1. This is our first connection to A1 of CR1. And A1 of CR1 is right here. So I'm going to come around here and do that. Good. Now, just like we did on the other side, I'm going to connect these in whatever way is the most convenient. So PB5 terminal 4. PB5 terminal 4 is right here. And CR1 is far away. So I'm going to choose to go to PB1 terminal 4. So I'm going to choose this connection. PB5 4 to PB1 4. So PB5 4 to PB1 4. Done. And CR1 is close to CR1, so I'm going to connect the number 14 terminal to A1. So 14 to A1. That's done. Excellent. Two more connections to make. So terminal 22 of CR2 to X1 of PL2. Terminal 22, and I'm going to climb up through. And that's going to go to X1 of PL2. That's done. So I've just made that wire connection. Oh. And 24 to X1 of PL3. 24, and maybe I'll use this one. X1 of PL3. All right, so everything is now connected. I know because I did the point-to-point connection method. I checked off my wires as I connected them, and we're all done. So your panel should look something messy like this. But things we can do. We can verify that we do indeed have 3 red connections. So there's one red connection here, one here, and one here. And look, I have 3. I can see it visually. Black connections, I should have 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to use my black. I've got 1 here, 2, and 1 here. Do I have 3 black connections? Yes, I've got 1 here, here, and here. Excellent, so that's good. And you can do the same count for all the others. It does get a little bit sloppy after this, but that is the general way to do that. So I hope you found this helpful. It really is a game of connect the dots. And the most important thing you can do as a student is indicate properly all the terminals and their associated numbers, alphanumeric numbers in some cases, on your electrical drawing. All right, I hope you found this helpful. We'll see you guys in lab. Good luck.